Forsyth Jail and Prison Ministries has the vision to see our community come together, individuals, businesses, churches, all coming together to support those who are incarcerated in our community, and particularly to help reduce the rate of recidivism. So at FJPM, we're a small staff. We have 3 chaplains. We have a part-time transition to work coordinator, an office manager, myself, and then our executive director, Mark Hogsett. So we minister to more than 1,000 individuals across any given month, and that's a lot of work for 7 people to do. So for our volunteers, they really play a really pivotal role here in helping us to carry out that ministry to that many people. We could not do it all on our own. Miss Catherine is one of our longest, most dedicated volunteers, having served over 43 years, just very faithfully, week in and week out, coming to Yokefellow on Thursday nights and sitting with the guys here at the Cherry Street Prison and just ministering to them, listening to their stories and encouraging them and supporting them. And just like the ministry work that she has done through her volunteering, we need other volunteers to do the same. We have volunteers who are able to teach Bible study classes or to speak to some of our life skills classes, or just to come and volunteer at one of the worship services here at the Cherry Street Prison or even downtown at the jail. It's really, really encouraging to those that we serve for the volunteers who come in from the outside to worship with them, to be with them, to listen to them. It's a great way to spend your time.
I think without the volunteers, it would be so sad for them.
I've heard more than one volunteer say that it wasn't their idea to come and volunteer in a prison ministry, but that God really called them to that ministry, and they were obedient to that. And what's happened in their lives is all that they have learned, all that God has taught them through ministering to incarcerated individuals, and the joy that it brings them to see the men and women that we serve who come to know Jesus, who are working hard to get their lives right, particularly those that are moving towards release. It's amazing for the volunteers just to have that opportunity to be with those individuals and to make an impact on their life. And in turn, it just impacts the volunteer's life in ways that are hard to explain unless you've experienced it.
You know, one thing, it has helped me, and I hope I have helped the guys. And as I've said before, I don't want to stop till God stops me.
The impact that volunteers have on the inmates and the offenders that we serve is just in building that personal relationship. It's when you live in incarceration, it's hard to feel human. And so when you have that interaction with another caring individual who's willing to sit and talk and listen, who's maybe willing to help you learn something, we have volunteers who are tutors, that makes a huge impact on those individuals who are working with the volunteers. So it's that human connection, that relationship that you get to make with the inmates. So if you'd like to volunteer at Forsyth Jail and Prison Ministries, we would invite you to contact our office. There's some paperwork that you have to fill out and some training that we schedule several times throughout the year. And as soon as we can get you into one of those trainings, we will. But it's really not a hard process. There's a background check involved, and like I mentioned, that training. But other than that, it's pretty easy to become a volunteer here, and then we can help you plug into the area where you're most interested, whether it's a worship service or tutoring or a Bible study or Yokefellows on Thursday night. We can find just the right fit for you.
If there's anyone out there that wants to volunteer, needs to volunteer, please call the ministry.
Forsyth Jail and Prison Ministries is much more effective as a ministry because of our incredible volunteers. They expand the reach and the depth of our ministry each and every day. They use their time and talents to selflessly serve the men and women who are incarcerated in our community, and I'm truly grateful for each and every one.